Hello lovelies, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're wondering, Sam, you was in that same outfit a couple of videos ago? Because I was. I thought, seeing as I'm in the YouTube mood, I will film a bulk lot of videos. So in this video I will be giving you my pregnancy tips. They range from the first trimester of morning sickness, and let me look back on my notes, just like me sleeping. So obviously no birth tips or anything, just generally your pregnancy tips that I've got so far. I hope you're all well, and if you are pregnant, congratulations, and I'd like to know your journey so far, and I hope you stick around to view mine. So I'll get straight in with tips for morning sickness. Now with my first, I didn't have morning sickness. I did, but I didn't. I only got travel sick. So if I was on a bus or a car or a train, you know it, I would throw up. I'd start feeling really nauseous, which isn't very nice. But this pregnancy was a different ball game completely. So from around 6 weeks was when I started to feel bleh, real like, oh my God, what is this? So I'd wake up and I'd feel really sick. I wasn't really sick much. It was just the feeling of being sick, and I think the feeling of being sick is worse than being sick. That's my personal opinion, because when you feel sick, you don't want to eat, you don't want to move, you don't want to do anything really, and it's so hard to get yourself out of bed in the morning. Whereas what I find is, if I'm sick, I feel better. And I know that sounds really bad, but it's like, if I'm sick, then that's it. The rest of the day I can go on and it will be okay. But feeling nauseous was horrible. But the things that got me through morning sickness, obviously morning sickness can happen from people from the first trimester and finish at 12 weeks, or follow them through the whole way of their pregnancy, which thankfully mine did stop at about 14 weeks, and then it came every now and then, so on. And I get little bouts of it now, but it's only like literally an hour bout of the thing, and then it's finished. So my tips are plenty of rest, because if you haven't got enough rest, or if you're not well rested, it can trigger sickness, which obviously you don't want to make it worse. Another tip I've got is avoid certain smells or foods that you know trigger you're feeling sick. So mine was cheese. If I could eat cheese, but I couldn't grate cheese, I couldn't cut up cheese, and I couldn't be by cheese while it was cooking, because it physically made me want to vomit in my mouth. It was disgusting. So I stayed away from cheese, and every time we had spaghetti bolognese or pizza or cheese on toast or cheese sandwich, I would stay away from the cutting of the cheese. And if I was to eat it, I was fine, but just the smell of it being cut up, even the thought of it makes my mouth get that saliva taste. Dry or plain toast is also meant to help. I've never had severe sickness, as I said, with being sick, so I've never brought back up my contents of my food and keep doing it like that, keep bringing back up. I've never had that. But dry or plain toast, and small but frequent snacks and meals. So rather than having your big bowl of breakfast in the morning, have lots, a little bit of fruit, and then have some crackers, because your carby meals, you're high in carbs and you're low in fats, are good for your sickness too. Stay hydrated, which is a massive must. I mean, to be fair, if I was to go into a shop now and walk around and do my daily shopping, I would feel sick. I would feel like I was about to pass out. But it's more pass out and be sick. And to be fair, once I was sick. Actually, tell a lie, I was sick when I was in a shop, but that, I didn't class that as morning sickness. I think that was just I don't think my body copes well with being in a clammed and warm environment while being pregnant. And what also helped me is, what helps me now is carrying a bottle of water, and sucking on Polos or chewing gum, or even like sweets, hard-boiled sweets. They really help me. So if I go into a shop now, I have to make sure I have a bag full, but that bag goes very quick when you have me and Mitchell having them together, and then occasionally Amelia, and I do that in the car just so I don't feel sick, because if I start feeling sick, then I can't get rid of it, and it's not really nice. So that's that's my tips for morning sickness. Jumping into tiredness. Now, tiredness is a killer. It really is. Some people can go without any sleep at all, but that's not me. So for tiredness, the tips that I found is staying hydrated, even if it's with a cup of hot chocolate. Try and maintain your sleep routine as much as possible, which I go through stages. I do. Like at the first trimester, I was sleeping loads and loads. Like any given time I could have a nap, bear in mind I would be napping. Second trimester, I'm finding sleeping is harder. Like I tend to go to bed between 9 and 1. There's no like in between. And if I'm staying up till 1, I still have to get up at 7:30 with Amelia to obviously help her with the her school run and whatnot. So I try to get into bed for about 10 o'clock, and if I can fall asleep, great. I'm not at that stage yet where I'm waking up 10 to 11 times during the night for a wee. It's only once before I go to bed. Sometimes if I stay up till 12, like if I can't shut down, then I probably will go for another wee at before 12. But I'm getting better with my sleeping now. It'll also stay as active as possible. I know when you feel tired, you don't want to be active, but I don't mean physical like exercise, like going to the gym. I don't mean doing that, but making sure you're still doing things, because if you're sitting down doing absolutely sweet FA, when you do need to do something like go to the toilet or the door goes or do dinner, you're gonna feel so more tired than if you was on like doing what you was doing, like your chores and whatnot. So yeah, staying active, that's what I'm finding now. If I stay more active, I'm not as tired. Whereas if I sit down for half an hour to 45 minutes with a hot drink and watch TV, I feel like I could go to sleep. The next one is keeping up with your vitamins and folic acid. Obviously, this is more for your 12-week ones, but you can get vitamins after 12 weeks, like your prenatals. I think Pregacare do it. I don't personally take them, but they are there and they can help with your tiredness. And if all else fails, have a cat nap. But make sure it's a cat nap, like a 10 to 20 minute nap and no longer. Because I find if you go longer, then you could just sleep more and more. Whereas if it's only 10 to 20 minutes, like literally your eyes shut and then they open again, you'll be okay. Well, I find it anyway, but yes, I don't really do that. So another one is self-love and self-care. So this could involve anything. I love it when I've got the house to myself. Like tonight, put Amelia to bed, do myself a hot chocolate, and I either have a nice hot bath with lots of bubbles or a favourite bath bomb from Lush. I put treatments in my hair because my hair is blonde, so it needs a lot of keeping, and I just chill out, and then I cream myself when I get out, and then I tan myself. And oh my god, tanning myself, having my nails done is one of my favourite things. I don't go to the shops. I just like mine painted. I've had mine done at the shops once and I wouldn't do it again because they ruined my nails. So obviously for self-care, you can also go to the shops and have your hair done. Like go to the hairdressers and get your hair done, or go to the shop and get your nails done if they make you feel better. You can also buy new clothes to make you feel better. So obviously as you're getting bigger, your old clothes are not going to fit you anyway. So if you was to spend a shopping trip somewhere and get yourself some nice new maternity clothes, that can make you feel better about yourself. I mean, growing a baby is hard. You get weight in places you never really like. I've got all this like excess skin, which I'm like, where is it coming from? And obviously your arms get chunky, your boobs get bigger. So supporting yourself with a new comfy bra will probably be a good tip too. And obviously your belly's getting bigger, so you want to be comfortable. You don't want to wear clothes that don't make you comfortable. So I'd go out and buy yourself some new maternity clothes. Have you times, so as I said, go shopping, go see friends, have meals out with friends, go shopping, go for spa days, because you can still use a spa. Obviously just let them know that you're pregnant and they'll do treatments that are suitable for you. I'm trying to think what else you can do. I do like shopping, but my feet don't like me after, and nor does my hips or my pelvis, because I've got SPD. It really kills me after, but doing it at the beginning, I really enjoy. So that's what I'd say for self-love and self-care. Always make time for you and do what makes you happy. On my next page is dealing with aches and pains. Now, this is hard really, because everyone deals with pain really differently. But my tips would be is to try and relax, have a hot bath with relaxing bubbles. Epsom salts are really good. That will relax you and that will relax your muscles. If baby's in a funny position as well, if you have a bath, more time out of 10 the baby will move and it will ease the pain, especially back pain. A bathing ball, you know, the fitness gym balls you can get, they are really, excuse me, they are really good with aches and pains, because you can practice exercises on there, and obviously the more exercise you get, the more able your body will be. Also, bathing balls are good for the further along in your pregnancy you get anyway. Paracetamol, obviously like the lengths that you can have paracetamol. Take it more easy, like don't overdo it with your heavy lifting and whatnot. I was cleaning up not long ago and I bent down and I felt like a stretching thing. I was like, oh yeah, that's done that now. I shouldn't have bent down that fast. But sometimes you just don't think, do you? Getting yourself excuse me, getting yourself new comfy shoes and new bras obviously will help. If you've got sore boobs, having a new bra that will be fitting nicely will help. And obviously if you're having trouble walking on your feet, getting new shoes that can support you that bit better, because you have got more weight on your feet, then that's perfect. Another one is a pregnancy belt. I've got one of them, and to be fair, they do help, but I can't wear them for a long period of time. I can only put them on for like an hour. So an hour in the evening, if I can sit upright, then that really helps my back pain. My other one is sleeping. Now, I kind of brushed over that with the tiredness, but the obvious one for sleeping is less caffeine. Obviously, in pregnancy, you're not meant to have too much caffeine anyway, but I know it's hard to cut down if you love your coffee or your tea or your Coca-Cola. It is hard to cut down, but after a certain time, try and just drink to, just try not drinking anything, because they do say that less fluids will help you more. Because I suppose the less fluids is generally because if you're drinking like a litre of water right before bed, you're going to get up every 10 seconds to want the toilet. So I think that's there. Obviously sleeping, you get your pregnancy pillows and extra pillows to be more comfy for you. You can even get a new mattress if your mattress was coming up to the time when you need a new mattress. Sleep when you can. So if you feel tired, go to sleep. Obviously within means, I think this is more for the evening. If you're tired in the evening, just go to bed, have an early night, and wake up earlier in the next morning. Just because you've had less sleep does not mean that's going to affect the baby. The baby's fine. So if you do end up having less sleep because you can't get comfy or you just can't fall asleep, I won't panic too much, because baby will still be okay. Just might be a bit harder lugging the baby around the following day. And also, see, this is tricky for me because it says sleep on your left side, not on your back, not on your right, not on your stomach. But I can't get comfy on my left. I generally get comfy on my right, and I do move. Obviously, I don't stay on my right, but it's really, I don't know, it's weird. I've always said, if you're comfy sleeping, sleeping whatever way you want. That baby is very much cushioned in there. But lots of people do say sleep on your left side. So, who am I? I am not no expert. So, an overhaul on it all, I'm just going to bullet point these, is stay active, stay hydrated, make healthy choices with your food. So if you eat 5 donuts in a day and a Domino's pizza and lots of Coke, you're going to feel sluggish. But obviously, if you have a bit of fruit and a healthy, balanced diet, then you're going to feel more awake, you're going to feel more active, you're going to have more energy, and it might even help with the aches and the pains. Avoid heavy lifting, and that would probably mean changing your chores. Like, I vacuum a lot. I used to anyway. I don't anymore. I probably vacuum once every 2-3 days, and half the time I get Mitchell to do that because I just haven't got the energy. Take vitamins. Obviously not everybody likes taking vitamins like me, but take vitamins as and when you can. Don't try and make a birth plan. If you're one of these people that like to know what's going on, like have a plan and write notes, then definitely have a birth plan. Just to give you a rough guide, so if you was to want hypnobirthing, then obviously you would need to research hypnobirthing and start that as soon as possible, because you can't just read it and then go into labour and expect to know what hypnobirthing is. It's not something that comes naturally. You obviously have to look up hypnobirthing. Obviously, if there's any special clothes that you'd want to wear, anything sentimental that you want, and obviously just things that you don't want to happen. Like, let's say you don't want the cord cut straight away, you want delayed cord clamping, you would need to make that known. Or if you wanted a water birth. So not making a complete plan, because I don't think birth plans work, because anything can happen at time. But as long as if you have in your head like a rough overhaul of what you would like to happen and what you wouldn't like to happen, that would be good. Prenatal classes are also good, because if you're a first time mum especially, you get to know things like change a nappy, how to wind a baby, how to make the milk, obviously how to breastfeed, and it just gives you more knowledge, especially if you're a first time mum. And it also gives you the chance to meet other mums, which is really good. Next one is pelvic floor. Try and practice that. It is hard when you're pregnant, because I don't feel like I've got any. I'll be honest with you. And try and make mummy friends, because we all need friends, and we all need people that are in the same boat to share experiences and worries with, I suppose. So that's an overhaul of my pregnancy tips. And if you have any more, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you. Bye.